Good morning and hello. Welcome to the vlog. This is my first check-in clip for this final week of old school April. No! Blue Barracudas, chomp, chomp. We're doing pretty great. Currently, we are in the lead, and Silver Snakes are second. Purple Parrots, poor Purple Parrots, they're in third. But they can still affect things at the sleepover party. So yes, the two teams battling at the sleepover party, Blue Barracudas and Silver Snakes. So we'll see what happens there. I'll be wearing my shirt later, plus probably a ton of other shirts. We'll see. I finished my coloring sheet the other day. I like how it came out. I used gel glittery pens for the logos, and I used marker for the background, and I almost ran out of marker. Looks better from far away than close up, because then you could see like the lines. Anyway, I am excited. It looks very 90s, which is what I wanted. So woo! I actually did a coloring page, which I wasn't sure about, you know, if I was going to be able to complete. So currently I am reading We Ride Upon Sticks. This is checked out from the library. I love this cover. So I am about... Oh, I didn't use a bookmark last night? What the hell? Anyway, I am... I think just over 200 pages in. It's like 380 total pages. I'm really enjoying this. This is not a horror book, so it's kind of different than my usual read. This is definitely a fiction, kind of a general fiction book. It does have coming-of-age vibes. This takes place in 1989. We're following a field hockey team, a girls' field hockey team, but there is one boy in the team, and I just am loving it so much. It's very compelling in terms of characters, but there are a lot of characters, so I don't think this book will be for everybody. I'm reading it for the teen witch / neon on the cover prompt, because there is some, quote, witchcraft in this, but it's not, like, again, not horror related. It's more like teenage girls thinking they're affecting things because they found this book about, like, the Salem witches, because they live in Massachusetts, so, you know, it's like, they don't live that far from Salem itself, and so they find a lot of books in the library, like, about that type of stuff, and so they start to make this notebook and sign their name in it, and they believe that it's affecting their play, and that it's helping them win, and that to do better in their games, they have to kind of be a little bit evil and feed this evil notebook. I'm making it sound different than what it is. It's hard to explain. I'm really enjoying it, but I know it wouldn't be for everyone. It's not really plot-driven, it's more character-driven, and there's, like, it's more about the team's journey, and I don't know how it's going to end or what it's going to end with, but I really like it. It's a tale of friendship, it's a tale of growing up, and it's a tale of nostalgia because, of course, we're going back to 1989. There's a great map on the inside of the book, so I'll be using this for Realmathon to, you know, I forgot which thing it is, if I can deduct points or gain points from, you know, from my team or deduct from another team with a map, but it's one of the two, and yeah, so I'll be able to use it in some way. It's not a horror book, and I'm on Team Sanctum, so it won't be genre, like team genre, so I won't get any bonus points for that, but still, loving it, very happy, not my usual type of read, and that's okay, and that's why I picked it up. I was like, I want to read something different, I want to expand my horizons or whatevs, and that's what I'm doing. Today is the day of the sleepover party. It is Saturday the 29th. It is the 29th, right? Yes. I can't believe April is almost over. Sorry if the light is changing. I've got my windows open for my light right now. I just can't even believe it's almost over. It's making me kind of sad. Like, I want to cry about it, kind of. And I don't want to get all teary, because once I end this vlog, I know I'm going to be like, thank you to all my co-hosts and all that, and I'm already feeling the tears, kind of. I think I'm going to organize some stickers. I'm still trying to plan, like, the showdown for the sleepover, which I didn't think out the best, like, the most thoroughly. I don't know what to do. I have a whole bunch of ideas, but, like, they don't even seem that fun. Trivia and scavenger hunt, but it's like, for the scavenger hunt, like, what do you put in the scavenger hunt that would be fair? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. So anyway, that is my dilemma right now, and we have a couple of hours until the sleepover party, slumber party, begins. It's a live stream. I'm just calling it slumber party. I have to exercise before then. Again, I have to plan more. We'll just see what I get up to. May not be much checking in until tomorrow, which I also have a live stream planned for tomorrow, like the closing ceremonies, but it'll be more sprinting tomorrow, more shenanigans and getting wild and partying tonight. Like, it'll get crunk and crazy. Anyway, alright, I'm shaking the freaking tripod because of this rug that the tripod's on. Anyway, I will show you guys my rug. That's the next B-roll clip you'll see, because I didn't do it in the last vlog. I bought a Flory rug. It's a character from Pee-wee's Playhouse. It's like a piece of the floor that comes out and talks and has a face. So I will show you my new rug. It's kind of dusty because Jackson's been laying on it. Like, come on, Jackson, get off my rug. But it's okay. Since it's comfy, I'm letting him lay on it when he's in my room. Alright, guys, I will see you and check in later.
She got 4 in there.
Oh.
No, that was just one.
Wait, that was just one?
That's just one.
Damn. Damn, okay, sorry. I apologize. Can you imagine Paul going back and watching this specific? My God, I made some decisions.
I mean, just like randomly walks in the room now and he's like, hey.
Hey, you chubby buddying my friend.
And she's like, chubby buddy.
I'm.
Come on, that's only 2. Say it.
I feel like I was like looking from the side, being like, I made some decisions here.
Number 3, here we go.
Oh God.
The voice is so good with it. Oh
Get the rest of that in there. I love just like. Don't choke, please don't choke. It's funny. Oh no. Get some water, get some water.
No!
Don't say no when I say
Where's
water.
the water? Oh
Paul took it, he's like, I'm taking the water.
no! Santa's... And that's sad. It might not solve our problems, but hey, we gotta try something.
I like that that one got the full ring.
Because it was worth it. Crashing into a mountain and dying. Might not solve our
It sounds like it would.
Actually, you're right. It
With
would.
no problems after that.
No, wait, no, it would not solve anyone's problems. Don't do that.
I mean, there's nothing to solve.
Katrina.
Oh my God. You're like, drink time.
Fun bags. We gotta try it.
This is not so fun.
Might not solve our problems. I'm pretty sure it won't. But apparently we gotta try.
That sounds like a splatterpunk book or something.
That is like the level of most splatterpunk writers. Look at Lexi's face! Look at Lexi's face! Why do you have a shirt that has that scene? Oh no.
Is it them?
No, we talked about this earlier.
I'm confused. What about the rhino? Oh wait.
That's backwards. Why do you have that?
What is this?
Because it's the best scene from the movie.
That's a terrible movie, Kelsi. I'm sorry.
This is one of my favorite movies of all time.
I'm sorry, Kelsi. I love you.
What
but-
movie?
Ace Ventura 2: When Nature Calls. I literally know every word. I used to watch it every day in middle school. There's this
Are
great.
you okay?
No, she's not.
there's this great scene where Ace Ventura is in a rhino doing some recon. He's like literally in a fake rhino. It's a robotic rhino. It's not real. He's like, yo, yo, yo. Anyway, he's not saying yo, but he's in there. There's a butthole. He kind of like the butthole doesn't come into play yet. Anyway, he's got a camera inside there.
Butthole doesn't come into play yet. I want that to be Kelsi's t-shirt or Patreon t-shirt. The butthole hasn't come into play yet.
Anyway, he's in there operating the rhino, spying on peeps. Then all of a sudden, there's a fan blowing air. It's like, yo, yo, it's cool in here. I'm looking at the chat. Yes. I will do that next. Anyway, the fan's blowing, boo, 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 boo. Then it stops. The battery dies. Ace Ventura's like, yo, yo, tap, tap. Tap, tap, like, go on again, yo, yo. It doesn't happen. It doesn't go on. So Ace Ventura's like, oh, fuck, it's hot in here. He tries to get the door open. He's like, yo, 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 it won't go open. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? This is the scene of the movie. You said you hated it. Anyway, he's like, yo, 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 and he can't get it out. Then he's stuck in this rhino. There's no air. It's freaking hot. It's a mechanical rhino. So all of a sudden he's like, how do I get out? I'm stuck in here. He takes off all his clothes. The last thing to come off is his underwear. It's dripping wet. You don't see anything yet. Anyway, it's dripping. And he goes, worm! Worm! And I used to say warm like that all the time. Worm! I used to say that all the time. Anyway, he takes the unders off. They're wet. He's like warm, and then all of a sudden he's looking around like, what do I do? And then his boob gets pressed up against this lever, and it's like really awkward. And I was like, oh, I hate that scene. It's like 1 second of video where his boob's pressed up like against, like it's his nipple pressed up against. It's really gross.
Must have air.
Anyway, I try not to focus on that part. He rips off things.
We just did focus on that part a lot.
Well, it's like the grossest part of the scene. Anyway, he rips off all these cords and he like bathes himself in the liquids. And then he's like, I can't get out of here. All of a sudden he realizes there's a hole for the butthole. It's a fake hole. I mean, it's not a real butthole. Anyway, he starts putting his finger out of it. He's like, maybe I could escape this way. Then he puts his arm through it and he goes like this. Then these people cut to the outside of the rhino. These people are rolling by in a golf cart, and these people are rolling by. It's a mom, a dad, and a little girl. They're like, oh, the rhino's giving birth, because Ace's head is pushing through the rhino's rear, but like it's not coming out yet. He's like trying to get out of there, but it like won't go because the butthole is too small. Anyway, then they're like, let's go watch him give birth. And so the family comes up and watches the mechanical rhino. They think it's real. They're like, yeah. And then the tour guide's like, yo, yo, the birth in the wild, this is what happens. Then Ace is like, all of a sudden his hand comes out. His other hand comes out and he's like, and they still think it's a rhino, but it's clearly man hands. That doesn't tell him something's wrong for some reason. Anyway, they keep sitting there, and then all of a sudden his freaking whole face starts to come out. And then there's this great part where like his mouth comes out and he's like, nyam, 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 nyam. It's so freaking great. It makes me laugh and cry every time. Anyway, then his whole head comes out and he goes, and then the little girl gets scared while she's watching from the outside and she's like, Mommy! And then the dad like is like he's about to barf. One of the greatest scenes ever. And then they drive off, and Ace Ventura comes out of the rhino's asshole completely. And if you pause it, you can see his wiener, I think.
This is the greatest moment of my life because I'm not laughing at what you.
I know, but she thinks we are.
No, I know you are laughing at someone coming in a weird moment. No fanny. Flapjack.
There's so many more ways. Oh, God.
Unless that's Channel 30, because you said it was a funny name and it began with an L. Are you Channel 30?
No, we're talking about llamas.
Llamas?
I
Anyway,
said that earlier.
Ace Ventura, literally, if you go frame by frame, you can almost see his penis. It's kind of funny.
Kelsi, how many times have you gone through this frame?
I have watched this movie so many times. But you haven't listened to this story at all? Are you kidding me? This is like the best description of a scene I've ever given.
This is the greatest moment of my life.
Why are y'all listening?
There are a lot of things going on.
What's happening? You broke Andrew? So wait, you weren't laughing at me talking about him being stuck and trying to get out and saying yo-yo?
Sure.
No.
Yeah, maybe.
What are y'all saying? Like, what are y'all laughing about? What's going on?
Ooh.
I'm
dying. I'm dying.
So sad. Y'all didn't hear any of the great epic story about that scene, which is literally one of the best scenes in cinema, hence why I own this t-shirt. Literally, the little girl screams mommy in fear, and the dad almost barfs. It's great. It's so awesome. There's like a close up to the dad's face, and he's like, and it makes me laugh every time. And just the way she goes, mommy,
Mommy.
like she's so
Ooh.
upset.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Where's corpse Paul when you need his oxygen? About to be corpse Andrew. Breathe.
Ooh.
It's not a real butthole. It's not. It's a mechanical one. I made a shirt, but maybe I'll hold off. Why? I want to see it.
I want a rhino shirt.
Whatever. You guys don't appreciate my fucking recreation of literally one of the greatest scenes ever in a comedy movie.
Well, here's the thing. If you really want, you can tell it again, because multiple times you tell the same story on the same sprint.
Oh, damn! Oh, damn!
Always She's always like, yo, this is what you do, you talk too much.
I didn't say you talk too much. I just said you. Kelsi, whenever I join sprints one time, also, I always join when things get weird at the end, and then I'm, like, invited. But you talked about Rum Tum Tugger for 4 hours.
That wasn't me. That was
It was you.
It wasn't. It was everyone else.
Do not tell it again.
I won't. It wasn't me.
Really?
It wasn't me. Do not tell it again. Oh, the rhino. I won't tell it again. But
Did you not tell the whole Rum Tum Tugger and Richard Gere as a border collie thing like 17 times?
No,
Or like
you guys
10
didn't.
hours.
I had
was
to
there.
refresh you guys on what was up.
Okay, but like I was there from the beginning.
I heard it 4 times.
No, you didn't. It's because there were different people coming in at different points who were all confused.
There's nothing wrong with it. I enjoy hearing it 10 times.
I clearly am spending my time at 2 in the morning hanging out with you. Like, I'm not mad about it, but it is still the truth.
checking in again after flipping 1,000 billion days. Actually, it's only been, well, it's been quite a few days, but not 1,000 billion. So it is actually not April anymore. It is now May. It is May 3rd to be precise. And I have finally finished, as of last night, We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan Barry, which is the book I started reading during the beginning of this vlog, which begun at the end of April. But to be fair, I did start this last April vlog very late into the month, so it's not the book's fault because I actually really enjoyed this book. Is it for everyone? No. This is not even a horror book, and although there is talk of witchcraft, I think in the inner flap here, or the back flap, it's not the kind of witchcraft, the true witchcraft you'd assume. This is more of a general fiction book. It's a coming-of-age story featuring a group of girls who all belong on the same field hockey team. And there is some, like, quote, like, amateur, not real witchcraft stuff in here, but the girls think it's kind of real, and what they're doing is helping them win. But what they're really doing is kind of empowering themselves, and it's just a lovely story about, you know, coming to grips with sexuality, coming to grips with getting older, with being true to yourself, with discovering who you are when you're just, you know, really coming into your own. All that growing up normal stuff that people struggle with. Very normal stuff. So yeah, if you don't like a lot of characters, and you don't like general fiction, and you don't like coming of age, then you probably won't like this. Also, I know that my friend Michelle from Michelle's Library said that this was a little too flowery for her in terms of the writing style. However, I used audio and I loved the writing style. I thought it was written really, really beautifully, but I am a sucker for coming of age, and I feel like this is kind of a standard coming of age type of prose, in my opinion. It's not like, it didn't stick out like a sore thumb to me. Coming of age kind of tends to be sentimental and a little over the top and a little flowery and, you know, analogies and all this and that. So I personally loved it. And look at this cover. Such a fantastic, colorful cover. It actually comes in two colors. It's like a blue background or a pink background, I think. So this could have been read for the book with neon on the cover as well, because that was one of the bonus prompts we had. This is actually from the library, so I don't own this, even though I'd actually love to own this because I just love the colors of this cover. There's something about it. I don't own a lot of colored books that look like this. So anyway, 4 stars. Really enjoyable time. Took me longer than I would have liked. No fault of the books, though, as I said. Alright, let's talk a little bit before I wrap up about old school April. I've got some fun mail to show you guys. It's not book mail, but it's horror related mail and old school related mail. Here's Pinhead. No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering. Anyway, yes, so I got this from, I think it's called Halftone Horror. Yeah, that's the company. I freaking love them. I get so many posters from them, like you can't see, but I've got posters up, like an Are You for the Dark, a Goosebumps poster, a freaking, over here is a Nickelodeon Guts spoof, but it made it like horror, and that's from Halftone Horror. So they have a whole bunch of cool stuff. They have lots of horror movie posters. So I have a Hellraiser poster. I might show you guys that. Also, Hellraiser t-shirt I got. Yes, bitch. Yes! Alright, so you can see the Cenobites on there. It says,
You opened it. We came.
that's what he says to Christy during the movie. Hellraiser the movie is one of my favorite movies of all time. The book, The Hellbound Heart, it's good. It used to be a 5-star read for me, but I reread it last April, and I thought it was still great, but it was just under a 5-star for me because I kept comparing the book to the movie, and I like the movie so much. It's like my favorite horror movie, so it can't really freaking compare in my mind, but that's just because I love the movie so much. Satan's done waiting, bitch, it says. So yeah, Satan doesn't want to wait no more. Just great colors. Awesome. I can't wait to wear this. Should have wore it to close out the vlog. But because it's May, and now I am officially in the midst of the other readathon I'm participating in. Actually, 3 readathons I'm participating in. I don't know how to count with my fingers because I almost did like... Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I am doing Horror Mayhem, which is all about short types of horror, like under 250 pages. And that could be short stories, novellas, graphic novels, manga, etc., etc. So that's hosted by Mindy and a whole bunch of other fantastic people doing that. Doing Zombiethon, hosted by Kat from Kat's Novel Adventures. And of course, co-hosting Escape the Readathon, which is what I'm wearing the shirt of right now, the merch. You can't see the word readathon. Anyway, it's way below. So that is going on right now. We've been doing sprints. We've been having fun. Lots of my friends are co-hosts. It's been a ball so far. Have I read anything for it, even though it's the 3rd? No, because I've been so behind, and I had to finish this in the beginning of May. So I'm a little behind on my reading for Escape the Readathon and for Zombie-thon and for Horror Mayhem, really for everything. However, I'm thinking of starting my first book for that, and I think it's going to be The Greatest Zombie Movie Ever by Jeff Strand, which is a YA coming-of-age comedy type of book. I hear it's a lot of fun, and I'm excited about it. So it's not about actual zombies and that there's no real living dead in the story, but it's kids making a zombie movie, so it's slightly related to Zombie-thon. It's still kind of on theme, in a way, a little bit. Zombies are discussed even if they are, you know, cinematic zombies, in the case of the kids making this movie in the book. Alright, so that is an option. Also, another option, I think I'm going to read this week, Burnt Offerings by Robert Marscaro. I never say that right. Anyway, it's a classic haunted house tale, which is perfect for Escape the Readathon because we're all trapped in the haunted house. That's the premise of the readathon, and we need to read books to escape. And the more you read, the more likely you are to escape. So there's a lot of other elements, but that's the basic gist of it, and it's a lot of fun, and I think a haunted house story goes perfectly for the theme. You don't have to read haunted house types of books, you could read any genre, but I was like, oh, what a perfect time. It's on my 23 books to read in 2023 list, so why not tackle it this month when I'm trapped in a haunted house type of thing. Not literally, but hey, metaphorically and symbolically I am for this readathon. So I could start that. That has an audiobook. The Jeff Strand book does not, but both are pretty high priority, so that one of those should be my first reads. I still also want to watch zombie movies for Zombie-thon because Kat has watchathon prompts, and I hope to get to a lot more things besides just those 2 books. Obviously, I hope to get to a lot of things. So let me show you some posters, and then we'll wrap everything up. So I got a duplicate Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps poster because they had different color options. So I have already one that's hanging up in a frame that you've seen in my background, and that is orange and blue. This one is purple and green. And right now I already have a Goosebumps that's green and purple, but I got the alternate color that is blue, orange, and green. So it's kind of Nickelodeon-y. And this one actually is a lot more vibrant than the one I have hanging up. It would stick out a lot more. So I might switch out the Goosebumps one. And here's the Hellraiser poster. That's just like the shirt. Same design, same writing. But yes. It's kind of glary because it's in this plastic, but very excited about putting this up. I actually want to order a lot more posters from them. I really do love their artwork. So well made. Sorry, I've got to bend down to freaking put this away. Alright, so before I wrap up, I do want to say a thank you to everyone who participated in Old School April. I can't believe it's over. I'm kind of sad. I've been in a slump, and I think it's because I'm kind of bummed about it being over. And although I'm excited about these other readathons I'm doing, it was just such a fun thing for me because I was the one in charge of Old School April, so kind of going from all the activity to like a lot less going on with my like alerts and everything and my Discord for that. It's been an adjustment because it went from a lot to a little, and it's like, no, how is it gone? But yeah, sprints are keeping me kind of occupied for this week because I'm sprinting some more once we get closer to the weekend. So that'll be awesome, and it'll feel like Old School April again because a lot of my same co-hosts are hosts for Escape the Readathon with me. So that's a good thing. But I just want to say thanks to all of you guys who joined in, even if you just read one thing or watched one thing, either or, it doesn't even matter. If you read a ton, if you watched a ton, thank you. No matter what amount you read, no matter what amount you watched, I appreciate you guys joining me for this nostalgic throwback that is Old School April. And the whole idea behind it was for us to look back on a more simple time in life, for us to celebrate that time with others, and to celebrate things we loved back in the day that we may not have visited in a very long time. So to revisit things, to discover new things that are maybe retro themed, or to just read new books that have some kind of retro flair, or basically to have some prompts just to help pick out books. Sometimes that's just the goal. So it's a mixture of goals, and I'm just so happy with how it all turned out, and I really appreciate you guys. I don't want to get teary, but I especially appreciate my co-hosts. Thank you guys so much. You guys know how much I love you. I teared up at the freaking closing ceremony. Alex, the bookkeeper, started tearing up first, thanking me, and then I was like, taken aback, because I was like, Alex is tearing up, and it made me extra teary, but I was already gonna tear up no matter what, but she got me going, and I was like, oh no, I'm really tearing now. It was like big waterfalls and stuff. It was crazy, but yeah, I appreciate my co-host so much, I can't even say. An exciting thing, we may be trying to do, I say may, we are trying to do an in-person get-together next year for Old School April. So Old School April 2024, save the freaking month on your calendar in terms of celebrating the readathon as a whole. It will still be completely online all month, but there might be a weekend plus a few days around the weekend that we do an in-person get-together. During that time, there will still be online activities. There will still be the readathon going on virtually for anyone who thinks that they cannot make it at all. But yeah, for those of you who are wanting to come and be in an in-person meetup get-together, I think you'll be pleased, because I think it's either going to happen in New Orleans or somewhere kind of in the middle of the country where everyone can travel to easily. I'm looking into prices for hotels. That's really going to be the thing, because there are events in April in New Orleans, like Jazz Fest and French Quarter Fest, which could raise the hotel prices. So we will see, but if I can get like a reasonable rate, even here, that would be great for it to be here, because here's a great place to visit in New Orleans. I think people would enjoy it here. There's a spooky element to here. You know, we'll have to see. Maybe it has to be in the middle of April versus the beginning or the end of the month. I'd like it to be at the end, so it's like the culmination of the whole month, and it's like this peak to it, where it's like, it's all leading up to that, and the excitement builds and builds, but we'll see. That's what I really want, but beggars can't be choosers, because we might have to go with a cheaper weekend if it's here. If it's somewhere else, then we probably can do the last weekend. So start saving if you're interested. Also, if you want to support my channel and help me make this happen, you can decide to become a Patreon member of mine. I don't really talk about it very much because I get bashful about it, but I do have a Patreon with 3 different levels, 3, 6, and 9. $3, you get 2 extra sprints, your name and my credits. $6, you get bonus book hauls, which I haven't done book hauls on my channel in a long time, but I have done it on Patreon. And also, for April, Andrew, my friend Andrew, and I, from It Came From The Page, we recorded some drunk audio commentary to 3 different movies, and that's on my Patreon channel. So yeah, if you're interested, I'll have the Patreon linked below. Old School April was just such a joy, and I met so many new friends. I deepened existing friendships, and I can't say enough about it. Thank you to my co-host yet again. Thank you to all the participants. Here's to next year, guys. I can't wait!
Meow.